Is my screen visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's visible.
So today we're going to start with the topic of stack wall. So we continue with our file that we were working on. So open that project file. So in the wall type we did with the basic walls, and the other type of wall that was left out is the stack and the curtain walls. So when I taught you these topics of walls, we discussed that there are three type of walls in Revit. One, we have basic wall, which is made of single core material. We have the stack wall, which is made of more than a single core material, and then we have this the curtain wall, that's the glass walls. Now, coming to stack wall, we required more than single core materials. So it's been made of compromise of two or more than two basic walls. So generally, you will see walls something like this. Stacked wall. Let me show you. These are an example of stack walls. The base of the wall is made of ACC block and the top of the wall is made of bricks, or maybe the base of the wall is made of stone and the top of the wall is made of a different core material. So you have two different set of walls over here, and you can create these kind of foundation wall or stack wall or something like that. You can see these like foundation wall can be used as a plinth walls as well, or as a retaining walls as well, and can create something effects like that. You can see two different materials once again used. So mostly generally is used for like foundation wise. You can have more than two material also, so it can have three materials as well. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a stack wall. So I'm going to create two two basic walls at least. Okay, so I have already one basic wall, which is this. So this is 100 partition wall. Okay, that's fine. And I want to create another 100 partition wall, but with interior tile finishes. So let's say we're gonna have a wall that's gonna have a complete interior tile finishes. So we're gonna take that. So create another wall over here, maybe with the tile finish interiors. I can select this wall and take the create similar command. And when I take the create similar command, I'll come into this option which says edit type. And I'm gonna duplicate these type. I'm going to call this as 100 partition wall dash interior. So I'm going to add, instead of adding paint on the internal side, I'm going to add tile finishes. So I'm going to the structure edit and remove the paint layer. And instead of the paint layer, I'm going to add a layer of mortar and tiles. So I'm going to insert a new layer. This is going to be the mortar layer. So 10 thickness for that. Mortar thickness. So, once again, you can take it as a finish material as well. Uh, Add one more layer so that this can also go and finish two. This can be my tiles. Let's say another 12 of tile I'm applying on the wall. Okay. A little 10 of tile. You can apply 10 of tile. Let's take a little smaller in size, 10 Okay. So we have a layer of mortar and a layer of wall tiles. So I'm going to create a material for the wall tiles and the material for the mortar as well. So we create a mortar material. Do we have any mortar material? We don't have any, so we can create tiles mortar. Put it into the category of concretes, or we can take it as generic as well. Graphic use render appearance in surface pattern. I'm going to use like sand particles, sand, dense, cut pattern also. Sand, graphic appearances. We can use that. Appearance library. The dark layer. Let's suppose on the wall we can have some wall tiles. So create another material. That wall tile is supposed to be of 450 by 450. Ceramics. Now in surface pattern, we want a square pattern of 450 by 450 mm. In surface pattern, I'm going to come in model and search for that size 450 450 square, which I have last of 250 mm square. So I'll duplicate this. That's 450 square. Make sure that's line 450. Cut pattern. I'm going to use diagonal cross of 1.5 mm. Appearances. Now, in appearances, when I will come in, let's say that we have the image of the tile pattern. So if you have the image pattern of your tiles, then no need to come into the asset browser. You can have the image directly in the image section. So I'm going to come over here and take tiles first because it's for the tile pattern. So take tiles, and I take tile. I get this texture editor dialog box. First of all, I want to change the scale of this tile, which is going to be 450. And then I want to remove the patterns. I don't want the count inside the tiles. I'm going to make the count as 1 by 1. The spacing between these graphs, you want it very minimum. If you want to remove it, you can remove it to 0 as well. Very, very less space. Space between these tiles. And then instead of color in the tiles, we wanted the texture. So when you come into tile appearances, there's color. So we don't want the color, we have the image. So we can come into this option and select image. search for that image wherever you have saved it. So this tiles, the size also is going to be 450s. It's done. You can click on done. See that image being updating. You can change the update preview to walls at least so that you can check it out. How does it gonna look when it comes on the walls? So there is little bit reflective. Control the reflectance in the class on its values. It's updating. Wait a little while to see the preview of the edits that we have applied.
So your voice is not clearly audible.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. Is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
It's still updating actually. It's gonna take a little more time to update. So I think I'm gonna click on OK. Directly see the preview in the creation process only. Click on OK once again. And click on OK. So I have two walls with me, two basic wall. One wall that is of 100 brick wall or partition wall. Okay, and then I have another 100 partition wall with tiles finish interior. I want to create a stack wall. So if you wanted to create a stack wall, what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to select the level on which level you want to create the stack wall. Okay, and once you come into that specified level, you can now come into the tab of architecture. Some of these walls are not being properly aligned, so we need to fix that as well. So we'll fix that later on. First, we'll create a stack wall. So wall architecture, gonna come into the wall options, and I'm going to scroll my mouse all the way to the last option. We have stack wall written. Okay, and then select that stack wall and come into the edit type. Now, when I come into the edit type, this type of wall is very different. You can see it has a very different base and the top. So I'm going to duplicate this type of wall. I'm going to call this as stack wall. Let's call this as bathroom walls. That wall shadow and edit the structure of the wall. So to edit the structure of the wall, I'm going to click on the edit. And now you have two layers on it. So we have the top layer and the bottom layer. So in the bottom layer, when I select the bottom layer, you can see the bottom layer gets highlighted. And over here, there's name option been written. So when I click on it, I get the list of the walls. So over here, I'm going to search for 100 partition wall tile finish interior. And on the top, I'm going to select the 100 partition wall. So two set of wall I'm going to select it. Now you can see both comes in a stack order. the base is there, and the top is there. Now the base wall is of a height of 900 mm, and if you wanted to set this height to around supposedly say if you give like a 2100 height, so it would be of 2100 mm the base wall, and the top wall would be variable. Variable means that depends on the height of the level. So if the height of the level is 3000, so out of 3000, 2100 is my base wall, and the rest remaining 900 mm would be the top wall basically. You can offset these walls so you can slightly offset to the left right direction as well. So if I give like 20 mm offset, so it's gonna like push it towards the left side. And if I give negative 20 mm, it's gonna push it towards the left side. And if I set 0, it's gonna put it in the center. Okay, because its offset is set it as core center line. Okay, so it matches with the core center lines. Okay, and then you have these top and bottom days basically. If you want to flip it, you can flip the directions. Okay, so you can flip it outside, inside, whichever side you want, but you can flip the directions of the walls as well. Okay, so that allows you to flip. And we have the wall, you can click on OK. So we have a stack wall ready. Once again, okay. Now I just wanted to convert these wall into stack walls. So I can select these two walls, these bathroom walls, and then I can convert these into my stack wall, bathroom wall dados, and click on OK. Stack wall dado. And now if I look into my 3D view, now if we look into the 3D view, in the bathrooms we have that tile bathrooms up till the height of 2100 mm, and then the rest is the paint wall. Okay, on these two sides. Okay, but on this wall we don't have it, and now we have it on this wall as well. So we can create another basic wall with interior finishes. Add one more time, duplicate this wall, call this as 230 mm into the wall with interior edit the structure and then remove the paint and add the layer of mortar. Add the layer of tiles as well. Paint that wall. Now we can, when I select this wall, you can see it selects the entire wall actually. So which we have to split this wall again. And I need to align these walls actually. This wall actually totally shifts. Lock these at least so that they split up this wall. So coming to modify, take the split element command. Split that wall. I can convert that much portion of the wall into a stacked wall. And to make it a stacked wall, once again I'm going to come into the architectural tab and take stack walled function, edit type, and duplicate this type. So I'm going to call this as starting wall dado dash 2. Provide to different top wall as 230 mm interior walls and base as 230 mm interior tiles. So, and perfect. Then you can click on OK. And then OK. And now I can now replace this wall. So that stacked wall. This can be fixed through wall joint status. And if you look in 3D, yeah, 1, 2, and 3 side of the walls that are having stacked wall. Create this one also as stacked wall and apply all the 4-sided as stacked wall. If I select all these walls, this wall I can make this into a section selection box as well, which will allow me to see them in 3D, that much portion of the wall. And if I drag this pointers a little bit in, you can see that walls. Switch this mode to realistic. Okay. That's how you can add your stack walls in the projects. Create one more stack wall is this one. So once again, I'm gonna first let me split up the wall. And then I can create a similar wall and make that wall as well duplicated to the PMME wall. Here, tiles. Again, come into edit and remove the layer of paint from here. Insert the layer of mortar and tiles in mortar. Then we can select this wall. We can convert this wall into the stack wall. Okay, type actually duplicate this type. At 3, you can have 230 main wall on the top, and on the base we can have the 230 main wall interior tiles. Okay, okay with that. So on the size, we have it. See this splits goes away, so we can like add and move to this wall. We need to off these section box. So to off the section box, we're gonna come into properties and uncheck this section box. Click on apply. So like that. Shade, sunshade went away. Okay, we can fix that anyways. About this portion of the wall is not aligned actually. We're gonna say this face, top face, and this face align it. So this type of wall is different. So that's an interior type wall. This is the main wall. Yeah, so that makes the difference. So that's why it's not connecting. Check some wall joints. See if we can fix up these issues. It says 1000 in length, so that's perfect. So we are 2000 in length actually. Join geometries to join these walls. Once still stays away. Why? That's the graphic error. PC or what it is. Something is workline. But on the TV, it's still there. So It's totally course action goes there. It's out action. Hit that. Meanwhile, use trim extend corners. Extend with that. Right. Let's find if this distance is really of that. Just wanted of just that. That. Now we just want to create over here. To finish placing keywords this time. Start off. These walls. All friends. This is coming. Look at that line actually. Let's do one thing. I'm just gonna come into the edit type, duplicate this. This is fast wall. Remove the wrappings from here. That fix the issues. issues of now. That was slightly overlapped. This wall we can copy this wall, copy this and paste align it on the top level. This is our terrace level. Make sure that it is top of this wall ready. Correct. This wall is main wall actually. See the wall is gone offset. So once again align to this wall here, properly aligned up. And the here as well, align it. That's seamless lines that should be appearing. So we got our stack wall applied it. See over here, stack on the sides of the bathrooms. Select this stack wall, it will give addition height variable. So we get like misses the alignment. Align it. Sure, we can lock it so that it will misalign it. So we can even select this wall once again. We can come into the edit type. It gives base a different material as well. So we can again come into the editing structure. We can insert another layer. So we can insert it one more time down and this 21. And this height is just like 450. Yeah, another wall at 450 at the bottom. Then we have 2100 of wall tiles. And last yeah. So if I cut the section view for this, and show you the details. It doesn't start. It starts from the plane level. So yeah, this and section detailings. Project, and we can add the elements like suppose you want to add the lower windows. Lower window, we can come into architectural tab window. We have already loaded all the types of windows. We can search for the lower windows. We have these lower windows over here. Select the type of lower window that we wanted. This is like 3 feet by 6 inches actually. It is smaller in size wise. Square. Push up the set height as well. Of actually wooden. The material of that. In the lower materials into glass actually. Glass. Come into graphics. The appearance. This glass would be like not a see-through glass, but a little bit opaque glass. So when we come into glass category, we're gonna sure that we select a little opaque glass. A little bit frosted actually. So this family is not correctly applied. These are group objects, so they are not correctly assigned the right family category of materials. Material parameter added. So simply what that I did, I just repeat this entire process and then just cancel this whole thing. Sometimes what happens, you get a family that is not having parameters being assigned correctly. So select the family, click on edit family. So it will take you to the family editor. This is I'm into the family editor of that lower window. And if you can see when I'm selecting these glaze, they don't have any parameter of material. So once again, I'm going to click on edit group. And when I'm in the edit group, I can select that part. And once again, I can click on edit family to edit that particularly part of that element. So the family, so it will again take me into a new tab. And you can select that tab and then you can see the material has been there, but it's been applied as a bridge material. So I'm going to click on that associate family parameter box and assign a new parameter. I'm going to call this parameter as glaze. And okay, you can see you will get an equal sign. Now I can take this load into project and close. I can load into my window family. Okay, and close this file. I'm going to say no to this and override the parameters. Once again, I'm going to select that element And when I come into the edit type, so over here you can see that glazed material. Once again, I'm going to click on this associate family parameter, and I can give that as lower material. Click on OK, and apply it. And click on OK once again. Finish this editing. Once again, take load into project and close. Next material comes in. This is frame trim materials I've applied accidentally that glaze, so remove it actually. Rich materials. Okay. Glaze we applied it. Section view, you see that cut of it. Now this lower window is non-detailed window actually. They are not exactly the way that we wanted. Okay, so we might have to create the family, a total new family for the lower windows. So we'll create that later on. First, we'll just add the elements, whatever elements are being required. Okay, so lower window has been added. Okay, now, when I'm looking into the plinth view, I'm not able to see the lower window because if I look into the lower window height, is at cell height is at 1500, and my when I come into the plinth level, and if I come into the view range option over here, so if you come into properties, there's an option over here in the property that is called view range. And if I click into the view range edit, the cut plane is at 1200 height basically. So my window height is above the cutting plane. So if you want to view that lower window, you need to keep that cut plane height at supposedly I'm going to keep that 1500. Now we are able to see that, but not clearly once again. So we can again come into view range. So that to 1600. Now we can see that. Okay. So we are not over here. We are struggling to see that lower window. That's because that lower window is below the cutting plane, so we can select that and put that. That window has been put up over there. Look into the print level plan, you can see that window. And this opening, similar opening on this end of that wall. So kitchen room, dining, master bedrooms, and others. You can add your doors. So where the project needs the door, you can add the door. So we can now you can select these doors and change its respective size. Call this door as duplicated and call this as room doors. It's going to be the width. It's going to be like 900 by 100. This can be your bathroom doors. So whichever is your room doors, you can give them a tag, a type category tag, or a type mark. So when you select the room door, and when you come into the edit type, it is in the identity data, you can give the type mark as D1 maybe. Maybe type mark as D1. This can be a type mark as D2. Okay, and opening you can have the type mark as home. All rooms can be physically accessed. And we have these main doors. We can, put that as a type mark as well. This D, that's for the main door. Rename this door. This main door. Okay, so that when we take out the schedulings for the door and the window, schedule quantities. Come into the view tab, schedule in quantities, scheduling for the door. So we can take door schedulings. Supposingly, we want a door schedule for the plinth level only. So we can tell it that this is for plinth level only. Okay, so door schedule dash plinth level, and then click on OK. Now we want the count of the doors. We want the family and the type of the door, or just the type of the doors. Then we want the functionality of the door, the base constraint, the level on which level this door is being assigned, the width of the door, and the height of the door, the thickness of the door. Then in the filters, we're gonna filter it by the levels, and we want to see only for the plinth level. Then coming to sortings, we can sort this by the type of the doors, the grand total as well. You can create a combined parameter also. So if I don't want this, all these, remove it. Create a combined parameter of the window width, window height, The window thickness. So window width and height can be a combined parameter. So with the like this, remove this separator and put in space X over here. Remove it. Space bar again over here. Okay. It's going to create a combined parameter. Width into height parameters from here. So combined parameter we can create it from here. The thickness as well. So we add the thickness. Click on OK. And if you want to add the combined parameter to the thickness, you can tell it that you want to add it in the combined parameters. You can add it in the combined parameters itself only in the thickness. Space X. So width into height into thickness. I'm going to name this like this. Like that. So that's a combined parameter. And click on OK. There's no scheduling of the windows, sorry, of the doors on the plinth level. So we have one 1200 by 1200 door. That's actually the opening and this one. Additional door has been added. So we don't know which where this door has been added. So you can click on highlight in model. So that's that specific door has been maybe been added on a wrong level. It's been added on plinth level. It's perfectly fine. So within the height is not being provided. So we can provide the width of the door is 1200. Door is 21. We're going to rename it. We're going to call this as opening. And okay, so now if we look into the schedulings, you can see opening. It's 1200 by 1200. There's no thickness in that. First, we have two bathroom doors on the plinth level. We have the one main door and one opening actually. There should be two openings. This is opening. This should be the opening. It's been assigned on the wrong level, so assign it on the right level. Level. Now, if you look at the schedulings, we have two openings. That's perfect. Go to interiors, applied it on the plinth level. You can even insert another field of type marks. You can adjust these type mark above the type. So here we go. So two D2, one ED, and two openings and three of D1s. So total there are 8 doors. So three room doors, two openings, one main door, and two bathroom doors. Right? You can come back to the levels and we can even tag these doors. So to tag the door, we're going to come into annotate tag and we're going to use tag by category, or you can take tag all. When you take tag all and we want to tag only the doors, we can select door tags and click on add a leader also in that. Add a leader, or you can just leave that as it is. apply. As you can see, all the door comes with a tag, but these tags are quite huge in size and they are showing numbers. So they are not showing you the name actually that we have provided. So we have provided D2, D1 or something like that. So they are not appearing. So we're going to select these tags and we're going to click on the edit family. And in the edit family dialog box, we can actually select this label which says 101. And then we're going to click on this option which says edit label, and it says mark over here, so we're going to remove that marking information, and instead of mark we're going to put a type mark. Okay, the size of this type mark is quite huge, so we're going to reduce this type mark size as well, the text size as well, so we're going to make that at least of 1 mm. Or, okay, or maybe 1 okay, okay, we have. Then if you wanted to change this design label of these lines, we can remove these lines, create a line or circular metal tag. You can take this load into project and close. If you want to save this, then click on no, override this versions. Now you can see instead of showing numbers, it shows me the tag that we have provided. So we have opening, oh, we have D1, D1, D2, D1, D2, all of it appearing. If you want to rotate this tag, you can select this and rotate it vertically according to the orientation of your view. You can rotate them, or otherwise you can put all this as horizontals. Okay, there we go. Into your section views, you'll see all your detail models looking up cleanly. You can see the doors, the openings, and everything coming cleanly. Okay, this wall is slightly unaligned, so you can align it in the section view itself only. Windows and the label. Once again, you can dimension these finish walls. If you wanted to put this in the center, you can have to do like the center line. This as equal parameter. Stays equal. So we have it. Complete working drawing files getting ready. Right. So we have rooms with labelings and dimensions with doors and window and stacked walls as well. So even if if I want to convert this walls into stacked walls, I can select that and converted them into the stacked walls. Stacked walls now. Even if this wall, so first I need to split up these walls because if I do that, the entire wall will become stacked wall. So maybe I want it up till here only, so change it first and then apply it. Okay. So I want you to try at least this much first, then we'll go ahead. Other type of walls in the project, like is the curtain walls, is the glass facade walls. So we do it, glass facade walls. Okay. Is this much clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So
Yes, sir.
see you guys tomorrow at 2:30. We continue with the curtain walls now. Okay, so that's stack is being done into the curtain walls.
Yes, sir.
See you guys.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir. Bye.